Hey there, it's Jake from Geo Targetly, and in this video tutorial I will be showing you in detailed fashion how to implement our latest feature, which is called Geo Translate. But you might ask, what does Geo Translate does? It's very simple. Geo Translate is your kind of one-click solution for automatic translation of your page to any language that you desire. Bonus points, it is an AI-powered feature making sure that you are faced with or you're interacting with the best possible translation that there are, because they're contextual and all of that good stuff. So let's see it in action. Let's say that this is our homepage. It actually is our homepage, and basically I already set up Geo Translate so that for visitors from Slovak Republic they will see Slovak content on the site. So if I switch to reload it page, I'm already seeing Slovak content over here, and all of this was translated automatically. So you might ask, how do I actually start using the service? You need a GeoTargetly account for that. In order to start with an account, you need to start a free trial. If you already do have an account, go ahead and log in. If you do not, look for any of these try 14 days free buttons on our page and start a free trial. No credit card is required. We offer a full functionality trial. There's no limits either to what features you can use or how much quota, page view quota you can consume. Once you log in, you will be faced with our product portal, which looks something like this. So let me just minimize. And basically, in order to add the Geo Translate, you just click Add to Site over here, or do it from the sidebar. So I'll just click Add to Site. First up, it's always good to give a distinct name to your setup. So I will be translating the Geo Targetly page. I only want to translate the homepage and pricing, and I will be translating it to Slovak and Czech. With this, I already signified like what I want to achieve. I want to translate specific pages, not all pages on my website, and I want to create two specific language variants, one for Slovak, one for Czech. Cool. In order to do that, we need to specify the domain that we want to translate the subpages of. So for me, it's geotargetly.com. And disclaimer over here, or note, just paste the homepage or your domain or the base site over here, because the specific pages to be translated will be added in a second step. Next, what you need to do is you need to provide us with the language that the page is in currently. So for us, it's English. And a bit of a disclaimer for over here for the translation mode. Currently, as this is the first version of Geo Translate that we released, we only offer for automatic showing of the translated content. What I mean by that is that if a person comes in from Slovak Republic, they will automatically be shown the page in Slovak. But in future, and hopefully soon, we want to allow the users to select what language they want to see. Even though they might automatically be shown translated content, then they might switch back to the original one or any of the other language variants that we define via GeoTargetly. Cool. With the basic setup out of the way, let's move on to the next step. And in the next step, we define the language variants. So the first part will be Slovak. And the language that I want to translate to is Slovak, obviously. So I just typed it over here, and then I need to define the location rules. The location rules dictate for which visitors the translated content should be shown. So in this case, we do offer various ways to target your audience, but probably the best fitting one for this would be country. So anybody from Slovakia, or pardon me, alternatively, a good targeting solution might be also based on browser language. So if a visitor's browser language, even if they are not physically in Slovakia, is set to Slovak, they should see the translated content. Finally, what you need to do is you need to select the pages to be translated. So let's say that I want to translate our homepage, and I will want to translate our pricing page, which I know is on URL/pricing. So I just add these two, and for both I click on translate. Why they're translating, and this may take a minute because there might be a lot of content on your page. Let's set up the second language variant, which will be Czech. And for Czech, the easiest way probably would be to just copy the existing location segment, rename it to CZ. We will be translating to Czech. For location rules, we will change the country to be Czech Republic. And also I want to make sure that browser language is selected as well. So I'll do that. and translated pages, you can see that the pages are already here. I'll just click on translate, and while they're translating, I will tell you that the page that you add can be in several states. So as you saw, once I first added the pages, they were in a state in which this button says translate. That means the page is added to be translated, but not yet translated. Once you click on translate, the page will be translating for several seconds or minutes, and once it is translated, as you can see over here, it will show a green mark and it will say retranslate. The reason why it says retranslate is that we are not checking for new content of on your page every time it is loaded. The translation is done only once. And once it is completed, if you change the content on your site, you need to go back into GeoTargetly and hit the retranslate button over here. If there's a problem with the translation in any way, for example, if we encounter a 404 page, or if the translation itself encounters an issue, this will show a red X, and if you hover over it, it will say there was a problem. Please either attempt a retranslation or remove the page and edit again and retranslate after. Even though, as I mentioned previously, the translation is AI powered and hopefully should be good enough to just roll with it based on this one click of the translate button. If you want to kind of change anything specifically on the pages, or make sure that it's up to snuff, or if you just want to fine tune, all you need to do is click on the edit button and you will be faced with this pop-up which shows you the original content as well as the translated content. And for example, the AI decided that it might be a good idea to translate the names of our services such as GeoRedirect or GeoLinks to the destination or the translated language. I think that's not a great idea, so I'll just say, okay, I don't want a GeoRedirect name to be translated, so I'll just click the edit button. I'll say this should stay GeoRedirect, and then I'll save it. Once you do all of your edits, you can either scroll all the way to the bottom and click on close, or you can just click out of the pop-up. One more thing that I wanted to show you is that you might encounter, if you go into edit, you might encounter these blank lines. This is not a problem with the translation itself, it's the way that the website is scraped. So basically what's happening there is these are real elements on your page without any content. And we're kind of purposefully not removing them just to make sure that we are getting every element on your site and attempting to translate it. If there's no content, there's no content, but in case there is an issue with any of those, you still have the option to edit the translation. Also, there's this eye. If you hover over it, you will see a pop-up or a hover box tooltip saying what is the element on your page that this is translated from, so that you can make sure that you're modifying the right element on your site, the translation of. Cool, that's pretty much it. Also, if you want to add more pages, the only thing you need to do is click on the add and add more pages. I won't be doing that right now, but please bear in mind that there is a sort of a limit with Geo Translate. We just want to make sure that the service is not misused, and therefore we instituted a limit on how many translation can be attempted. It's 10 translation per hour. It's across all of your location variants. Once you reach this limit, you just need to wait a minute in order to attempt more translation. So it is unlimited, but it's just limited by time, but unlimited in count. Cool. If you want to add more location variants, you just click on add language variant or copy, as I already showed you. And one more thing regarding the language variants, basically in our other services, such as, for example, GeoRedirect or GeoLink, and pretty much every other apart from GeoBlog, but sorry, I'm getting into details, you can see one more location segment that is predefined over here, which we're calling all other locations. In the other services, the all other location segment, what it does is it covers every targeting or every audience that is not covered by the location rules defined in this table over here. So for everybody else, apart from Slovak visitors or Czech visitors or visitors with Slovak or Czech as their browser language, they would be falling under that all other location segment if that segment was turned on. But as your original content on your page is serving for everybody else that you're not targeting with GeoTargetly, this location segment or language variant segment is not added here. Cool, now we can move on to the next step, which is the tracking code. As you can see, for now there are no advanced settings needed for Geo Translate. We might add more in the future, but for now, do not preoccupy yourself with that. Here you just select what site builder or CMS you're using. We're using Webflow, so I'll just select that and I'll hit save. Once this saves, I am faced with the tracking code that I need to implement into my site. The implementation is very similar to, for example, how would you implement Google Analytics or Google Tag Manager code to your site. So I'll just copy it to clipboard, and then I'll go into Webflow. And there are two ways for you to implement it. You can either implement it site-wide, which I think is best for GeoTranslate, or you can implement it just for specific pages. So let's start with site-wide. In your dashboard, select the project that you want to implement it for, click on Site Settings. It's this cogwheel in the upper right. And over there, go into Custom Code, and you need to paste the code into the header code as specified over here. As you can see, I already did that, so I would just paste it here, then I would hit save, and then I would publish to production. Alternatively, let's say that you don't want to translate majority or all of your pages on your site, you just want to translate several of them, as I was showing you just the pricing and the homepage. In that case, single page or selected pages implementation or integration might be better. So just go into the designer, and if that's the case, find the page that you want to implement it for, hit the cogwheel, and you would paste the code into the head tag over here, hit save, and then hit publish. We won't be doing that right now because we already have it implemented site-wide. I already pre-implemented this so that we do not need to wait for the publishing process to go through. Perfect. Now that's done. I think it's a valid point to see it in action. So what we can do is we can do a bit of testing, but as you saw at the beginning, I was already showing you that it's working for me. But to give you an idea of how I'm attempting that or achieving that, this is the setup that I actually have running on the site. But to show you how it works, it's pretty much the same thing. It has just the Slovak language variant, just for Slovak. I'm using Slovak and Czech Republic as the target audience, and the translated pages is just the homepage. Now, if I go into our homepage, and this is kind of before I reloaded it. If I do reload the page, you can see that after a tiny bit of wait, I am faced with the translated content, which is great. The wait there is only due to how much script is being loaded on our site, but if your site is a bit more lightweight compared to what ours is, it should be instantaneous. Cool, but let's say that for you it did not trigger, so we might want to troubleshoot. There are several ways for you to troubleshoot. First, and probably my favorite, is to first make sure that actually the tracking code is implemented on your site. So what you need to do there is going to inspect the developer tools and then go into network, and into the network you will type Geo Translate ? And then you will refresh the page. And basically this is what you want to see. You want to see a result, at least one, with the status code of 200 OK. And you can also double check whether it's the correct setup, correct tracking code being fired on your page. So for us it's OV9, that's the ID of the setup. And if I remember to the edit mode, basically if I go into tracking code, you can see that the code that I'm triggering is OV9G, which is perfect. This way I can tell that the tracking code is being fired. So then the next sensible thing would be to troubleshoot via our test mode. So for each of our features, we offer what's called test mode, and in test mode you can simulate any location that you want to trigger it for. So let's say that in the locations I will define a new segment. So let's say it will be for it will be Spanish. We will be translating to Spanish, translating for the people coming in from Spain, and I want to translate the homepage, so I just need to click on translate. Sorry, that's the limit that I was talking about in my account, because I was doing a bunch of settings. So let me just pause the video. I'll wait a second, and then I'll talk you through how to finish the test mode. And we're back. Now we see that we are done with the limit, and also I can show you the translation failed dialog. So if we now hit translate, I do have, I'm past the limit, so the translation happens. And in the meantime, while this translates, I also want to mention why I think the site-wide implementation is the best way forward. Because basically, as I implemented it site-wide, I do not need to implement it for any new pages, because if I only did page-specific implementation and I translated new pages, I would need to add the code to the new pages as well. But if you decide to add more pages, all you need to do with site-wide implementation is just define the pages. So let me just save this and let's get back onto the topic of test mode. So in test mode, what I need to do is I need to turn the test mode on, provide the test location. So this will be Spain. And I need to add in my IP address. So I can learn my IP address through this. Let's get it over here, paste it, hit on and hit save. It's important to hit save to turn the test mode on. Now if I go into our homepage, let's say this one, and if I refresh it, once again after a tiny wait, you can see that I'm getting faced with the Spanish content, which is great. Cool. One more thing that I want to show you inside the application is the analytics, because for each of our features we show you how many times the tracking code was triggered. So once the data loads, you can see what the access or the usage of the usage of the feature was. So you can see that in total this was displayed 9 times yesterday and 5 times today. 9 those times today, yesterday was from Slovakia, 4 times today from Slovakia, and 1 time today, I guess, over here should be from Spain. The analytics can be lagging just a tiny bit, so you can always refresh them over here, and there might be some ambiguity on the analytics of the current day. There might be several hours of lag, but for the previous day, they should be good to go. While talking about analytics, I also want to show you our subscriptions page because it also ties to analytics. Sorry, this is a kind of internal account. That's why this number is a nonsense. But basically what you can see over here is how many page views you're consuming across all of your setups in your account. And in case you want to subscribe for GeoTargetly, you just click on change plan over here and you can see that we offer a plethora of kind of page view quotas with appropriate pricing based on how much you need. Perfect. So that was analytics and pricing. And one more thing that I wanted to show you is the resources. So let's say that this video is not covering everything that you might be after. We really try and have as detailed documentation as possible. So on our homepage, you can just go into resources and either documents, sorry, let me go to the English one. This is now in Slovak. So let me show you how to turn off the test mode so that we can see the English version. You just go into the test mode over here. Sorry, a different setup. This one, test mode, you can see the test mode active. So I go into test mode, I turn it off and I would save it. And then I go back and basically go into resources, but under resources, under documents, you can see documentation for all our features. And we also have a help page under which you can see the documentation for all of our features in detailed way as well. For Geo Translate, we're just building it out yet, but in upcoming days, it should be way more written or written out, and you can see how it works, key features. We also have a quick start guide, basically a similar content to what I'm showing you right now, just in slideshow format, so you can visit that as well. If that's not enough, you can get in touch with our support team, either via a support chat on our site like this one, or you can write to us at support@geotargetly.com. Finally, I mentioned several times throughout the video that this is the first version of Geo Translate, and we regularly release new versions for our pages or of our features, sorry, not pages, features, and in order to see what's the latest thing with GeoTargetly, or in case what you're seeing inside the application is different from what I'm showing in the video, you can go to GeoTargetly, scroll all the way to the bottom, and over here is roadmap. And if you click on the roadmap, you'll get to our kind of update section. You can also access it from the support pop-up, and you can see our latest releases as well as what we're planning, what our roadmap is. You can request new features and so on and so forth. I hope this answers all your questions that you might have about Geo Translate. If it doesn't, please, I want to hear from you. Let me know either via a comment under this video, or get in touch via the support methods that I already mentioned. And with that, the only thing that remains for me to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll have a great day.